Welcome back to this thing.
You know,
Okay,
maybe I
back
might...
to Kidnar.
It's this thing now.
I'll admit, maybe I might miss this. I mean, it's been quite an adversary.
So, check status check. What we need to do now?
Remember, Noe told us that.
Alright, no, he's gonna give us like occasional information, I think.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Oh yeah, that's right. He's opening this
I
out.
want to be an
Thank
insect.
you, Fang.
Not just that, but he also said, "No, I'm not lying. Lying the value of my life." So
Yeah,
Ah,
even he has
the
standards.
sea cucumber is not an insect.
No. Well, that's the thing, Tio. He does not want to become a sea cucumber.
Of course.
Wow. Looks like Mariana has tamed him.
Of course he did.
I'm not surprised.
This is quite a
Yeah,
fun.
I'm sorry, I have to say, between the three timelines, this party composition is kind of the worst to me.
Wait, really? Honestly, I'd say this one's the best in some
No,
ways.
I'm much more inclined to the evil god route. Party
I don't know, Tio. The very fact that this is the one route that doesn't have Harley doing...
The detractor of the evil god route is only Galdo's missing, essentially. It is a trade-on you get in Sherman, and that's it.
But Tio, the Harley and Lois scene is obligatory in the Vile God route.
It is, but I mean on a gameplay standpoint.
Not
Here
to-
I'm stuck with some characters I really don't care about, and newcomers that I really don't care about.
Okay, so you're talking about it from a gameplay standpoint.
Yeah,
Speaking of
obviously the story is shit in all three routes, I mean, come on.
Speaking of a gameplay standpoint, Pedro, how good a party member is Noe?
he's fine, but nowhere as good as the story makes him out to be.
Oh, Polonius, yay!
And he's looking better now.
Turns out the antidote worked.
Yay!
Let me guess, this is the moment where he dies.
Come on, Tail. Come on, Tail. Wait for it.
It's just like Judge Dredd.
And you wanted to join us, right? Boy, that Junone's a
Stop
grade A moron.
cock teasing game. You're not worthy of this shit.
Maybe they'll just go through with it.
Also, Tail. Pre-warning:
Huh?
you're forbidden from rage quitting the
That's a pretty
part.
mean joke,
Ah.
Polonius.
No.
Well, I almost
No.
endured I almost endured near the end. I guess there's no way I have to get
Oh
out.
no.
For those who may not have seen our NAC 2 commentary, basically it got so bad that Teo actually rage quit a part.
Don't worry, he came back though, and it was only near the end.
Mm-hmm.
Fang, draw your sword.
Why?
Is he testing us?
Why?
Did you give that
For
warning
what
just to say that
purpose?
something infinitely worse is coming in these next two
Stupid,
parts?
Apollonius.
No.
Honestly, like I said, okay. So, yeah, gameplay-wise, so-and-so, but yeah, again, story-wise, this has been the best future timeline for me, well, for several reasons. One, more people are actually happy, ironically. Two, this is the only one where Harley finally gets called out for everything, just everything she's done.
I don't see a way
Yeah,
And-
Jova, but at what cost? Like, Galdo gets booted off almost immediately. Apollonius is doing this sorry excuse. Even Lola gets tainted by
I
this
could have told you
timeline.
that.
Yeah, with Loa, yeah, they had that scene, but even then, they just went through it and didn't really put that big
Sure,
attention
let's have
there.
another fight against Apollonius. Why the fuck not?
My turn.
But I mean, honestly, really, the Vile God route. Okay, the Vile God route is worse for several reasons. One, it starts out promising.
Well, obviously
Then-
the pedophiliac scene is not helping, but go ahead.
Here's the main thing with the Vile God route, though. It tricks you into thinking you're in for a better ride because at the start you are. But then, oh, sorry, Tiara's barely around, even though you like that personality of hers better. And that's supposed to be the one we don't like. Harley, of course, is at her absolute worst in that ending.
Oh, and here's an attack. Never mind. I was see if I can go show off some of Noya's attacks, but
The deal is that Vile God route starts off more promising, but then, as soon as Sang rejoins the party, it's just, ooh, wow, possibly even worse
All
than the
dark.
original.
Honestly, I never thought this was that. I never thought the story was that good in the first place.
Also, to be honest, practically all of the
Actually,
alternate
Jova, you know-
palette swap costumes look horrible to me.
it's interesting you say that, Jova, because I was checking out a review
Where we told us, right?
sorry, not a review. I was checking out a video about the about someone's opinion of the upcoming Flashpoint movie.
Yeah.
And she made a really good point that I think also applies to this game.
tell.
Remember, the whole point of the Vile God and Evil Goddess route is to put a special twist on the Goddess route that we all know from the PS3 version, right? Here's the problem. And and to take her actual words from Grace in that video that I saw. I don't even like what you have, so what do I care in which ways you're gonna comment on it by doing little twists on it?
Yeah.
That's a great point. Nobody likes the status quo that you've established. Why should we care what kind of twists you put in it?
Surprised that she's saying that about the Flashpoint movie, because Flashpoint is meant to absolutely change up the status quo.
And that's exactly what she's saying. Like,
I never expected you to be this strong.
So, are you gonna behave now?
My honor will be
The problem is the status quo is so boring. It's not like it's gonna matter much if it changes.
Get ready.
who are you impersonating, Gooms?
Well,
Oh, you're practicing.
I'm not
Also-
making comment on it.
also to continue, well,
Practice on your own time. If you
No,
want.
no. I think he's prepping for something that's relevant.
hold on, Jova. Yeah, to continue what I was saying about the costume, yeah, my favorite color is orange, but Fang's recolored suit looks still bland compared to his red and black jacket.
And there's not many parts left, but are there any characters where that voice would fit or not?
No,
In this game?
no.
Alright, Apollonius, you
Anyway.
want to behave? Oh,
I love the way she delivers the line. Victory!
Slash.
Oh, I've got an idea. Maybe I could do that one for like a generic mook we come across or something.
Apollonius.
Sorry,
Sure,
we're done
one.
with generic moves.
Ah,
So,
right when I come up with something,
Guys,
it's
yet
too
again,
late.
guys, he remembered. He remembered.
am I supposed
Wait,
to care?
how can he remember? Wait. How can he remember? Because in this timeline.
since you came
Oh,
to see
right. He
Maybe
remembers
we
dying.
bonked him enough.
Hey,
on
wait,
the
wait,
zombie.
There you go. There you go.
Hold on, but the people who died in those timelines normally don't have memories of their past lives.
Well, this one does because
Shut
Because-
up.
Maybe there's a
Because-
reason.
You really must be an idiot to forget someone like me.
Ugh.
Well, he's got a point. I mean, would you
Well,
forget
call
someone
me-
that
well,
idiotic?
well-
Go and crush
well,
the
call me
Okay,
brain dead.
Teo,
then.
you're not gonna like this. I'm just warning you right now.
Dies from his
I
injuries?
don't think I'll be able to join you. Huh?
Just pretend that he's being stabbed to death.
Hey, what the hell?
Hey, they even had
Why
a
are you coughing
blood
up blood?
sound.
I didn't beat you
Let me
that
guess,
bad.
it's the side effect of the wine. If the antidote works, it kills.
He
the
did
host.
not drink the antidote at all.
Why?
I cannot indulge myself.
Mm.
If I want to reach the summit,
I'm-
my path is
How
So
can you reach the
close.
summit of your path if you're
I
dead?
am
Idiot!
so
You're
this
the point of me
close.
even- Listen, it's not too late.
I told you.
Drink it now. Hurry.
That
Come to
takes,
take-
No.
Come to
time
10,
take,
Teo.
Gave it to me. I threw
Do you
it.
want to
You
get
know,
that?
yeah.
Do you wanna
the
get that
X,
bottle out
means
now?
The 10 number.
Sure. Now we've also ruined Apollonius'
Wait.
character. Thanks, game.
The freaky point of
Yeah, I'm sorry, Drova. My argument still
Oh.
stands.
No, I don't accept this.
Well, the reason I consider this the best story overall is that I'm looking at the big picture overall. It's just, yeah, moments
Yeah,
like
I'm
these
sorry,
are.
Drova. 2 sheets mirrors on this picture for me to appreciate it.
Okay, I need a drink, not alcoholic.
Please tell her.
Excuse
Don't
me.
worry, don't
Alright.
worry, Wes. I understand you. Don't worry.
Well, I guess it could have been worse, and Noah could have just shot him out of nowhere.
Damn it, Apollonius.
So let me get this
Why?
again. If this
Why? Why Apollonius?
So,
Why did
Pedro,
you commit suicide?
regarding-
Why Apollonius? Tell me.
Oh my god, no, he's crying.
Struggled in life and finally embraced his death.
Fuck you!
Become an instrument. I'm sure
Fuck you and die!
Why even bother referencing Buddhism this much if you're not even gonna call it what it is?
But you're not
I-
exactly struggling in life.
Is this
You-
game really that insensitive? I mean, I know I shouldn't asking this because it was a
Again.
You're starting to realize too why I think the writers of the people who made this game are sociopaths. Seriously,
Again,
they're so insensitive to literally everything.
Again.
High ups of this game. Do you have any friends? Do you go
No.
out and drink by night?
It's like, well, technically that is legit, but again, they're not even bothering to explain the context. Like, seriously. Unless we know that it's some religion he's following, because trust me, I only know about this because, you know, I went to college and high school and all that jazz. Anyone who doesn't know about Buddhism is gonna be left in the dark if you don't mention, hey, it's Buddhist.
Then you need to
And
keep
even then, you're
struggling.
pushing it.
If you want to become free, you need like to struggle in life.
If I do,
Wait, so this is where he realizes he doesn't want to die?
Game, this is not dramatic. This is stupid. Stop.
Also,
his
you're-
quest to
you're-
become an insect is stupid.
So
it's
let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Let me
Sacrificing a
get.
character. You're sacrificing a character for the sake of the character development of another one.
So.
I'm sorry, this is just wrong.
So let me get this. Okay,
Best to feel his
Pedro, I'm gonna ask again about my question about this having a sequel that you said to wait for, and also about this possibly being the true ending in the eyes of the creators. Is it this part or the next part
the
that...
finale.
So basically all those questions are answered there.
Yes.
Nobody but her could pull
Why
it
are
off.
you cheering, Marisa? A person died for the sake of
But
progressing
Tio, don't
these
you see?
Cowboy
This,
Bebop knockoff.
don't you see, Tio? This is what helps Noe realize that he doesn't want to kill himself,
I don't
and they...
want Noe to realize it.
And that moment when you realize they just pulled a gender swap version of women in refrigerators with Apollonius.
I'm
Character
sorry,
dies
go
just for
selfish
the...
on this one. I don't want Noe to do this. I want fucking Apollonius.
Like,
I agree.
seriously,
The
they...
game is cock blocking me.
I mean, this is really...
Apollonius was by no means like an amazing character on his own, but he was one of the better characters, and now we've just sacrificed him pointlessly for a character that nobody gives a shit about and was only introduced in the last hour.
For a guy who was pretty stereotypical, Apollonius did have he did have a few good legit arcs going for him, especially the stuff of his sister. By the way, do we ever get to see how his sister reacts to this all?
you came.
Hey, Pippin.
That's
We have to kill him
Okay,
too, don't we?
Of course.
It's a final dungeon, we need like a boss rush or something.
Tail, you said you wanted Pippin to have some kind of point. There you go.
This is not a point, it's a fork in my eye.
See, here's the main problem. Here's the main problem. Not only has Apollonius been the character who we, spent time with, I mean, I forget, is he optional?
You know as well as
No,
I do that
Pippin.
words are
Wait,
useless.
no, Pippin is not optional.
No,
If
no,
you're in the
no.
file-
he's
I'm talking about
Apollonius in the
Oh,
origin.
Apollon-
Or you-
I'm
No,
trying to-
Apollonius cannot be recruited in the Evil Goddess route.
Oh, no. I know that. I'm asking Miko. I forget. Was he one of the optional characters you could,
In the
get
Goddess route,
in-
yes.
Technically,
other
yeah,
routes?
because you need to be a certain level.
He's
in order to-
obligatory in the Vile God route. He's optional in the Goddess route, but he's not recruitable in this one.
Alright. So, okay, some people might argue, well, he's optional, so maybe he doesn't matter as much, but he's still obligatory in the Vile God route. So here's the deal, though. He's been the character we've gotten to know better and for much. Regardless of whether or not we took the optional side quest to get him or not, if you did get the optional side quest to get him, he's the character you know longer. Why would you sacrifice one of your own characters for the sake of a character who's only showing up in the final route and only barely just joined the party up until then?
Not just that, Jova, but let's not forget that, well, technically Joey wasn't a side quest even. Remember, the way to recruit Apollonius in Goddess route is to be over level 40 when you defeat him. So technically it's not even a side thing, it's just a matter of grinding up until that point, or doing it on Game Plus.
Oh, wow.
What have I missed?
Nothing, just
how
the
long
game
were you
being
gone?
stupid.
Nothing. Right.
You missed
Basically we're
Apollonius'
fighting
dad.
Pippin, aka Pippin's dad, because because they need to fight each other so they can find out the true meaning of justice or some shit like that. Who cares?
Basically, Dwibs.
Pippin sounds like what? Pippin actually, well, to me at least, Pippin actually does sound like what someone Welsh would call poppin or something. Poppin.
Anyway, Dwibs, that's the thing that nearly made Tio rage quit.
Yes.
When Apollonius died, this showed Noe that he needs to struggle more, and I'm guessing this is what convinces Noe to not want to be killed now so easily, because that would be the easy way out. And now Noe has garnered a new bout of respect, which means his
Hold on,
maybe his arc isn't.
there you go.
Oh,
It's fair,
okay.
right?
So he doesn't have a fairy, but he can still fairize. Or his fairy is more uncomfortable. Why does he have... Why does
He's
he
got one of the giant mechanical ants on his back.
Actually, no, Dweebs. That's Boba Fett's ship on his back.
It is.
Great, great, as if he wasn't uncool enough.
Well, the Japanese do love Star Wars.
I
Yeah,
don't
so much to the
care.
point. Well, actually, I don't think the recent Yokai Watch movie actually did all that well.
It did actually. It did in second place. It only lost to Star Wars.
Well, yeah, it's the first time, quote unquote, that it lost to Star Wars, but still.
I
Anyway,
mean, losing to Star Wars, that's perfectly common.
I know. It's like
Well,
how Black.
well, actually,
And nothing to be ashamed of, really.
It's
Oh,
like
no.
how.
enough, actually, the Jumanji movie actually held its own pretty well.
Yep. And it actually took the
Hold
lead
on,
a
hold
bit.
on. Let's see this closure between Pippin is. Oh, seriously?
Wow, actual blood on the cartoony character.
Like I care.
Yeah.
You've grown so much.
Oh.
Wow, they actually have a different sprite
he's
animation.
Extreme satisfaction.
Well, not necessarily a different sprite animation, but a different sprite
So,
portrait.
who's the mother,
Did you have
though?
to take things so far?
Oh, it's one of those families where we just gloss over one of the parents. Okay.
If you want to carry out your justice, you need a guiding light.
Fuck.
But the
Yeah.
Sectarian Club doesn't possess that justice.
No
Let
shit.
me guess, he knew all along. He was just playing around.
Very good, Tail. Very good.
This is not Metal Gear. Get the fuck out.
So this was all just some convoluted test to test him, or was it all part of some master plan to bring the Sectarian Club down?
Resist?
Holy shit, they really tried to do like
Is
Metal
the Sectarian
Gear.
Club really so powerful?
These writers.
You don't have the skills to pull this off, writers. Give up.
Wait,
So highly of
hold
themselves.
on.
Listen well.
There's a bigger facility behind the
Even
facility.
if you carry out your justice,
How many wine factories do these people have?
you do even the strongest will.
Let me guess, it's love.
What? What kind of
But
power?
Don't
what-
know.
It's
You
love. It's love.
tempt me,
It's love.
game. Tempt
You
me.
will find out.
I dare you.
Hang on, let's wait. Let's wait.
And keep moving forward.
Keep moving. No. Leave Meet the Robinsons out of this. I actually like that movie. Thank you
Let's
very
move
much.
with a purpose.
My son.
For the power of love?
Well, he hasn't said it.
Wait,
so-
did he
Fuck you.
shatter? Did he shatter? There was
It just died.
there was a glass shattering sound.
Maybe he fell
Sound
into a
effect
glass.
fail.
I can't say. But there must be something behind the Sectarian Club.
Hmm.
Something bigger than we could have possibly
But
imagined.
all the major important characters are dead. Like, who's left?
What's wrong? There's someone here.
Okay, Teo, Jova.
What?
You're not gonna like this. I'm just warning you right now. I know this is like the
Well-
second time I've said this by this point, but it's this game. So.
Oh, hi, Paiga.
No. But surprisingly, Teo, it's not about Paiga.
Oh.
Is Paiga gonna help us?
He is, but let's just say
What are you doing?
Hero
Wait,
sacrifice
oh my
of-
god, is Galdo the big bad?
no.
That
But
would
you
be incredibly stupid, Jova.
no, but let's
So
just
part of the
say
course.
they're gonna. Again, don't worry. You're gonna see right now.
Please don't kill me. I told you it was
Well,
an
that
order.
would have
You could've
actually
completely
made,
against my
well,
will.
I don't know how to say it properly, but it would have made a bit more sense to have Galdo being the bad guy behind everything else.
It would explain why he's okay after that blast.
And how he was retaining his memories from the get-go.
I think
The Ray A. Ramos ruins. Spoilers. That's just the
Ray
final
A.
dungeon.
Ramos.
that's just the final dungeon of the Vile God
by
route,
the way,
but with a different
question,
name. Like I
Pedro, by
said.
the end, do they actually explain all that stuff with Galdo?
They're gonna explain right now, actually.
Oh, what happened to Galdo? Interesting.
Yes.
Whatever ruins.
Ray
Why would
whatever.
she want to go there?
I don't
If he
know.
died, then he wouldn't have,
I don't know,
what's
she's
her name?
probably trying to find a ship back to her home on Jakku or something.
You mean nowhere, Jova.
Oh no, I remember something.
Is to revive the evil goddess.
Literally
Yes.
who?
So basically, the evil. Let me guess. The evil goddess is a stand-in for the vile god in this time.
Basically, Jova, they bought her since they got Yoshitaka Amano involved in this. They bought her to ask him to draw the evil goddess.
Does he look like
so they're gonna,
Ultimisia?
we're gonna have a final boss tale designed by Amano. So I hope you're looking forward to.
That comes
Oh,
pretty
wow.
much out the fuck out of nowhere.
Rest later.
But hey, it's an evil goddess.
Woo.
Did you need something else from us?
Here we go.
No, I was just wondering what I should do with the guy in the back.
What?
Oh?
In the back?
Well, see, I probably shouldn't be telling you this since I'm supposed to be guarding him and all, but he's
Why did we put
basically
Paiga
dark,
here?
So
No. No.
hey, Marissa, wait up!
So wait, if Galdo is not dead,
Wait,
but
what?
it's custodied here,
Also,
what's
how- Wait, so Galdo's been kept here?
Oh, I guess it's in a comatose state.
And let me guess, he's about to die.
If he's
leave it-
hang on, if he's dead, then she shouldn't be here.
leave,
No,
leave it,
he's only mostly dead, Dwebs.
leave it be, Marisa. He's
So,
probably in a better
oh
place
wait,
than this
let me
game.
guess. He's horribly disfigured by the explosion.
Very good, Jova.
So he's gonna become Two-Face.
So,
No, he's gonna die.
so question: how was
Wait.
Heavily medic.
I'm sorry. We just had the entire game just thinking about what happened to him, having Marisa talking to us, just so that he dies when you immediately see him.
So they
Not
pulled
just
it-
that,
So they,
not just that, but I also love how they said they kept him heavily medicated and alive so they could torture him.
so they're pulling a
Great.
Dark Knight Rises. Great.
If we hadn't been here to
Also,
get Sherman,
Also, how was Sherman A-okay then if he was caught in the blast?
should be thanking us.
Like, there wasn't a
have
single
no
scar on
idea.
Sherman's face, yet apparently Goldo is so horribly disfigured they can't be bothered to show it.
Stop thinking about our plot.
Secret. It was the least I could do for an old cop.
Well, at least Pyga gets to do something good, I guess.
I need
Yeah.
you to get Goldo to town and get him some proper medical attention.
Oh, maybe
course.
Goldo will live.
But if they find out about this,
Don't worry. We're gonna destroy them all.
That's not
Kill
what
them
he
all.
actually mentioned.
Gotta destroy them
kids aren't
all.
working for them anymore.
Fang, you're not Neil Breen. You can't achieve that. Sorry.
Yes, he's gonna hack into the government of the Septarian Club and hack all of them.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. Thank you for all your
Also,
help.
again, that's not what Pyga asked. Pyga asked if I bring this guy to town, the people of the Septarian Club that are right there will actually recognize me. What Fang is going to do is actually to go to storm the HQ, which is another place. So technically, Fang, you still put Pyga and Galdo in jeopardy with this. You
Good job,
idiot.
Fang.
But the,
I cannot believe this thing is still going.
well, at least
Alright, everybody. Now we can
me
go to
guess,
the
Skits.
Rayarama's Ruins, aka the final dungeon of the previous route, just with a different name.
oh, no
Let
more
me
Before we
guess.
do that,
More kids.
yes, before we do that,
Call
more
it.
skits.
Of course, because you know this is the perfect time for skits.
Da-da-dun,
I'll take that over this. I mean, really.
It's
Oh.
a formula at this point. That's basically it.
Oh, I guess we took Galdo back here. You know,
Go
I
ahead,
just,
Whips.
I just realized Aaron never spoke during those last few cutscenes.
Weren't you gonna go to the hospital with Galdo?
No, I'm contractually obligated here to be here for skits.
I just came to get a change of clothes. They took him right away, so I didn't have time to prepare. I'm heading back right now. Okay, that
So
makes sense, I
Galdo
guess.
wasn't killed, but he's put on a bus.
Sure, that makes sense, I guess. Keep going.
Well, he was on a bus anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
double
I
bust.
see. Hey, could we come with you?
Why even bother addressing it before? Oh, it's the same hospital that he died in the Vile God route.
Yeah.
Galdykins, Fang and Aaron are coming to see you.
Holy shit.
Whoa!
That's some fucked
They
up
bothered
image.
to make a sprite of him that heavily damaged that he couldn't be playable?
What did the
Jesus.
doctor say?
He's stable for now, but it's touch and go.
It's like Tio said, you know, like, well, Apollonius and Galdo are some of the better characters, so of course they have to suffer the most.
And again, even Lola to an extent, yeah.
Goldo, can you hear us?
At
The
worst,
music in the background with this conversation is not.
Yeah,
something
there is the sound director needs to be fucking
Horrible.
Well,
weird.
at least it's not the trumpet theme. I can't.
Oh, there you go. Heartfelt scene, supposedly.
You didn't say anything back there, Fang. Are you sure that was for the best?
well, Galdo will live, I guess.
Believe me, I got all kinds of stuff to yell at him about, protecting me when I didn't even ask him to.
He is heavily bandaged, saying, I think you can let this one off.
But there's no point telling him while he's still asleep. He wakes up, better be ready.
Well, yes. Hey, you're heavily damaged and scarred. How dare you save my life, heavily damaged and scarred person who sacrificed their own well-being for my good?
It's not gonna go down that easy, you know?
Oh, thanks just being
Yeah,
Tsundere.
you're right.
But
And that's
yeah, seriously though, why did Galdo have to get this treatment? I mean, okay, at worst his accent might be a bit annoying, and even then it's not that stereotypical. Like, why do the people hate the better characters in this game?
I don't know, Joba. Father, what is it you wish to tell me?
Don't.
Hey, don't dwell on it. No matter how serious you are, that face of yours just makes it kind of surreal and funny.
It's going
I
to
don't
be
think
as
his face
much
has
a
changed.
it's going to be as
That's
much
not
a
a
mystery
face.
as your backstory.
You have no idea how to comfort someone, do you?
Like
No,
you're
he
any
doesn't.
better.
At all. Holy shit.
And that's it. That's the last skit with Pippin we'll be having up until the final
Actually, we're gonna
problem.
have one more in the next part of this.
Godly.
The goddess, the vile god, and now the evil goddess. I guess I got one more object of research to focus
Can
on.
we please focus on someone aside from you? Okay? You fucking
Fang.
egocentric bitch.
Fang. That was Fang speaking there.
That's the only way I can satisfy my curiosity.
Was that a typo? Because Fang's not even on screen.
Yeah, that's weird.
Someone fucked up.
You know, now that I've been through one world, it's amazing how different this one is.
Oh.
It's not. It's just the same dungeons copy-pasted. How is
And
it
it's not
different?
even that amazing.
Yeah, you're right. I almost forgot that we won to a totally different world. It's I mean, everything is copy-pasted. How am I supposed to tell the worlds apart?
Well, at least it can't get any worse from here.
Anybody
Well-
know?
There's not many
Lose
paths.
now, we might have to deal with yet another new world.
Wait, what? What? Why would we have to deal with another new world?
It is
one?
foreshadowing for sequel.
No, I have no idea where the fuck they pulled this from. Don't even say that. I'm serious.
No, I mean,
Please.
seriously, there's
The last
no...
thing I want is the game to be even longer.
Heck, if anything, you
Plot twist is
win-
actually a fourth route.
Heck, if anything...
Oh god, no.
Whatever.
Exclusively for the
Ow.
PS5 version.
My mouth hurts.
Maybe that's the surprise Pedro has in store for us in the finale.
No, it's not that. Your mouth? Oh, you might have a cavity. It's because you eat sweets.
Dentist joke.
A cavity? Don't have time for this. Maybe Harley can fix it. Come on, let's go.
No,
No.
don't! No! No!
No, it's okay, Dweeb. She only molests fairies, so it's okay.
No, I don't trust
I'm
her
kinda
still.
scared.
Don't trust her. Besides, she'll probably just say, you look enough like a fairy.
I won't trust her to
Anyway,
wipe
sure,
my
I go
floor,
in.
never mind do my teeth.
Go ahead, Shiri.
So Marissa's gone. I hope Baldo will be okay.
Well, it's in the hands of these writers. I doubt it.
No
Yeah.
one's okay. We're not okay. None of this is okay.
Yeah, pretty much what she said.
No, it's gonna be okay, guys. The game's almost over.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy who would refuse to die even when you totally kill him.
Oh, we're
That
doing the whole
makes-
he's too stubborn to die thing. Yeah, that originated
we
from
done here?
Batman Beyond.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but Final Fantasy 13 did that better.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the first time we've said this about this.
I know,
game,
so- and it makes it makes me feel unclean saying
And to
this.
think, we may have found we may have found 3 things that are even worse.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Pippin's father and that man Apollonius are dead now.
I honestly can't say. I can't understand their feelings in the slightest.
That's because you're a terrible person, Fanga.
No, Tio, to be fair, even we don't understand their feelings because of how terrible the writing is.
Nor can I. Perhaps
Oh.
fairies simply aren't equipped to understand things like this.
Yes, fairies
Writer-
are machines, humans are
Writers,
special
you're not
beings, and-
talented enough to do this. Just stop.
Terrible
Terrible
luck
luck.
with men. I want to be like an insect.
Whoops.
Leaves.
I want to become an insect.
Didn't we
Stop.
just have a character arc where you realized you didn't want? Oh, never mind. I guess he still wants to be an
Okay,
insect.
fine. Then I want to become rich.
Ha!
Sure.
Hey, no fair. Being rich is my thing. You have to pick something else.
You can
The
overstereotype.
writers didn't give me anything else to work with.
True.
You can't take the one thing that defines me.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Fine. Then I want to become a charismatic fashion model.
Well, you've got just the right anime look to
is-
be a big hit with the Japanese girls, apparently.
Actually, this reminds me of something. Is
What?
Tiara gonna even have a point in this route?
Oh my god, that's right. We haven't heard from Tiara.
room as you.
Not
You're
just
not
that,
in a
like-
room. You're outside. This is one of the few skits that is outside, and you put the line, "I'm disgusted to be in the same
How
room as
fucking-
you."
How fucking
Okay.
terrible can you be?
Okay. I have to wonder, was that just the localizers taking the piss out of how terrible this is, or was that really just the writers being that
You know,
stupid?
Pedro, I think this is actually my turn. This time it's my stamina's draining out.
Wait, I thought your stamina was already draining.
I'm so tired.
I'm didn't that happen in part 9?
Probably
Yeah.
in part 1.
Seriously? You're such a wimp. Well, I guess we have been through a few tough fights recently. Better rest now while you can.
Pang, she's still a child, like.
No. Remember, too, she's like over 1,000 years old or something.
Nah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do exactly that. Hey, Fang, am I being helpful?
More than you can imagine, sweetie.
You're one of the best characters in this game. I consider that helpful.
Yeah.
You're one of the only reasons we haven't totally lost it yet.
You know what's a funny thing, Shiroi? Not too long ago we saw a movie called Zoom, and one of the few characters who's the one sole consistently good thing, well, Pedro said she looks like what Lola would in live action.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. That's a weird question. Oh.
you could try and sound a little more convincing.
I don't know, because this is text-based. Like, seriously, even Ace Attorney at least changes the tones of its bloop and bleeps to
Ace
simulate
Attorney
something.
knows it's a visual novel in presentation, so he tries to go around with it.
Yeah, and even then, like I
And
said,
also the characters, despite the limitations.
Oh,
of the
but I guess most
humans.
people are insecure at your age. She's like,
I'm older than you.
yeah.
Don't tease me. I was just worried that since I don't have a partner, I wouldn't be as useful in battle.
Yet
Actually,
you're one
you're
of the
just
most powerful party members.
yeah, so I don't really understand where this is even coming from.
Is this
Right,
supposed
despite
to
the
be some...
limitations, these attorney characters are also very expressive, so you can usually tell how to read certain dialogue.
Yeah, and that's just the
Yeah.
DS games. As of the 3DS games, they've even got full-blown body motion capture to give them the
Heck,
best
even that,
expression
even back
ever.
on the GBA, they're pretty expressive for what they are.
Yeah. It's
Well, like I said, I don't think that's true. Maybe. Well, but there's the thing, Shiroi. This attorney was not funded with Shutakumi's launch money. So.
Well, here's the thing, though. The original
But they
GBA
didn't have
games...
they didn't have a lot of faith in the series, though,
Yeah.
so he didn't have much to work with.
Again. The original GBA game was made by, like, about 6 people. 6 people, mainly, worked on that GBA
well,
game.
a game like that on the GBA, that makes sense. It's not exactly like a humongous task to make a game like that on the
The most
GBA.
important thing is essentially just the plot.
Here's the thing, though. Again, 6 people in a GBA game made sprites that are more expressive, better
Yeah.
animated than a PS4/PS3 game, which had
Bigger
way more
budgets.
than 6 people. And yes, yeah, and you know what? How much you would have bet the budget of the first Ace Attorney game was even smaller than this, and yet they still did more with it. Like, again, I get that, GBAs wasn't as expensive, but
Hold
even...
on. Go ahead, Shiroi.
I can't help but wonder what things would have been like if you were my partner.
Oh,
Shipping.
wait, let me guess.
Remember, guys, she's one of the shipping options that we'll
Bad
see.
game.
Let me
that.
guess. In her ending, again, Aaron has to disappear, so then she becomes his new fairy fencer.
Basically, yeah.
This game.
Count to 10, too.
nearly done,
Again, Pedro, the Roman number for 10 is X. You're just tempting me to close the video.
Okay, then count to 13.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Pedro. Can you tell the same thing? That's a Skyrim reference, by the way.
At least
Anyway.
try to hide your disappointment. I have feelings, you know.
Yeah,
Try to
Tia.
hide your disappointment, Tail. The game has feelings, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're polygons, but they have feelings.
None of
You're
this
not
is my
worthy of a
fault.
middle finger.
Oh, man.
This game just keeps on
You
giving,
know what?
don't it?
You know what? It's sad, and it should be said that one of the things that we need to do when we're about to do after not this game, but soon enough, similar to this one, it's Sonic 06, and I actually look more forward to that than I ever had with this one.
Yes.
Sonic 06
06
doesn't go
is...
on for too long like this one does.
Not to mention the fact that Sonic 06, while definitely a bad game, it's not the worst thing. There are some good things about it, and nowadays Sonic 06 is a historical wonderment.
For the record, just for the sake of keeping things in check, don't get us wrong, everybody. It's still a terrible game in general. It's just that it's not the most torturous experience of all.
For
But it's still a
context,
terrible game.
For context,
That's Sonic
audience.
Genesis.
Yeah. For context, audience, a lot of us started off as mainly Sonic fans, when we started this channel. So
Hey, I'm still in this hellhole.
Yeah. oh, well, I don't consider it a hellhole as long as you look at the right places. The point is, like, oh, for a lot of us, Sonic 06 was, like, the worst game ever, you know. But when you look outside Sonic, you know, starting with stuff like Beyond Two Souls, Time and Eternity, and like that.
All courtesy of me.
Yeah, I've realized, you know,
Hashtag thanks, Pedro.
it could be a lot worse. That's not excusing Sonic 06, and trust me, audience, we have quite a lot to go into with that game.
Oh, trust me, I hate that game.
But
It's
nowadays,
just
I've garnered a bit of respect for that game, not as a good game, but something that can be entertaining to commentate on, something that has so much to look at, and thankfully something that didn't kill the franchise like a lot of games you've looked at.
There's also the fact that we're talking about this 10 years after the fact, where this franchise has seen worse days.
And
So-
honestly, the franchise is not too bad off. I mean, it's
we can talk
latest-
more about this in the commentary.
Yeah.
The
sure,
point is
sure.
that this is another game that's worse than 06 anyway, so what did we miss?
Damn straight. But wow, you're pretty motivated.
Of course, I'm fighting for a peaceful world where I can tin a tidy profit.
You know what's sad,
Tidy.
guys?
Tidy.
You know what's sad, guys?
Hey there, man.
Guys,
Well, Pedro, you actually got an excuse.
No, that's
Right,
all right,
Jova.
you know what's sad, guys? We talked over a Loa conversation. Loa, one of the best characters to talk about 06. That's what we've sunk to in this game.
You know
It
what,
actually makes me
Jova,
feel
I
better
don't
hearing-
care anymore. Like,
So what did we miss with those conversations, Paige?
but
Nothing
she's
really.
motivated.
She's just
She's like-
motivated because
She's like
whatever.
Virgin Devil May Cry
And
3.
she's subtly trying to tell Fang that she likes him for some reason that I'll never understand.
Yeah, at least
Anyway,
they've gotten to
go
know
ahead,
each
Pips.
other, I guess.
Oh, no, important question, I
What
guess.
exactly is the evil goddess? I don't like taking on something I don't understand.
Never
You're telling me.
Never play Call of
So when's
Duty.
that stopped you before?
True, that's a point.
Well, just
Now
because
it's no
she's
time
good
to
at it
chicken
doesn't
out.
mean she has
It's
to
no
like
fun
it.
fighting something we already understand.
I
You sit
guess.
there, you're not gonna understand the evil goddess because it's no fun.
You shouldn't have fun fighting in the first place.
You're in a
Hey,
JRPG.
come
You-
on. Stop throwing my words back at me.
Also, I'm sorry. Relinquish your holier than thou card. You're in a JRPG. You don't get to talk about not liking to fight people, unless that's earned.
Alright, now that we've seen those conversations, let's make sure they don't count.
So,
There you go.
oh yeah,
Never
that's
happened.
right. We have to see the romance talks.
Let's just do this one.
Hey, Lady Mariana, would you say you have bad luck with guys?
Oh.
And that's why she hangs out with kids, because she's trying to fill the void in her heart.
Well, that's kind of out of nowhere.
I can't find someone to love me. I'll buy a puppy.
Well, in the old world, you wound up hanging out with some weird guys, and the same thing happened here.
Well, just isn't into maybe stop being a gothic, maybe that will help.
Really? No. Hold on.
It's
Hold
simple.
on. I have a friend of mine who's Gothic, and she ended up happy and married.
Now that you mention it, in this world, my luck ran out straight the moment I ran into these guys.
That's it.
Yeah.
What do you want all of a sudden?
So listen, once we take care of things here, what are you gonna do?
Maybe I'll be a philanthropist.
Retired to a nice big...
That was sudden. Where did that come from? Why are you people asking weird questions all of a sudden? Why am I only questioning this now?
Oh, sorry, I was just kind of curious.
Oh, okay. To begin with, there is no guarantee that we will take care of things.
This may end with us all wiped out. Well, she's at least realistic.
Don't worry, honey. I'm at level 999. We're fine. All I want, we're gonna win for sure. Yeah.
Wow, you and Fang are in sync there.
Where does all of that baseless confidence come from?
A game genie.
A lot of grinding and pointless grinding that took away a lot of hours from my life. honey.
Okay, question, Pedro. Did you use a game genie to get maxed out, or did you actually
No,
legit grind all
Jova.
that?
No, Jova. Unfortunately, there's still no way to hack PS4 save files.
So, I hope that you really do let the battle system to make the grinding fun enough for you.
The thing is, Jova, if you look it up, there are really easy ways to grind in this game if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
Called
then.
Peninsula Power Level, Jova.
Of course. Why did I even bother asking? Listen, you should have more concern for yourself before concerning yourself with others, especially with these cast of characters.
You might have a point, but I'm not good at thinking about more than one thing at a
You're
time.
not good at thinking in general.
Well, You are very stupid, after all.
Yeah. I agree, sure. That was direct. Well, the truth is always, the truth may not always be the easy pill to swallow, but that doesn't mean you don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're foul-mouthed, without dignity, greedy, and reckless. The children of the orphanage were easier to look at. You are a poor scientist. Oh, sorry, that just felt really in line with the rant from the guy in
Pretty much.
Ghostbusters.
I think I get the point.
No, let her
Everyone in this
continue.
room is now dumber for having listened to you.
But perhaps that's why I can't take my eyes off of you. If left to your own devices, I'm sure you would return to your stubborn ways.
So there you go. Apparently she has this thing where she likes taking care of children, and she sees Fang as a child. So yeah.
It makes sense in a psychological way and makes sense considering his mannerisms.
What is it? Why are you staring at me like that?
I feel like perhaps I found something I wanted to do once this is all over.
It's so out of character for her to just show interest in this guy.
Actually, to be fair, they've been cultivating this relationship over the time with the better dialogue bits, as I said, so I'm not too sore about it.
It won't happen if I say it out loud. Once we safely made it out of this, I'll tell you then.
Wait, is this maternal miasma like what most of the cast of Steven Universe gets?
Apparently.
Hey, what?
Does not suit me.
Sure, you want to tell Dibs?
What are we referring to now?
Maternal miasma, aka what most of the characters of Steven Universe get, mainly the gems. The feeling of being motherly.
As long as it's not Pearl doing the motherly role, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Have you seen 3 Gems and a Baby?
Yes. I don't even have to bring up that episode. I can bring up even previous episodes. Pearl is a fucking bitch. I'm sorry.
I know, but that episode in particular really shows that
I know.
Phil shouldn't be allowed near children.
Shiroi, by the time we got to that episode, I wasn't even surprised at that point. Are you honestly telling me that it doesn't make sense of her character?
Like, I'm just gonna say this right now.
I'm not.
I don't know. From the vibe I got was that all 3 of them are pretty shitty parents.
Well,
no, excuse me. Garnet is a great parent.
And as
Really?
Asmith gets better over time. Pearl, though, I'm just gonna say this right this. How do you bubble Bismuth, but not bubble Pearl at this point?
Okay, hold on. Lore, go ahead.
Well, to be fair,
Eventually, Ray equal A recall Rivals ruins. Those are the most ancient ruins in existence, so I don't know too much about them.
Thank you, Captain Useless.
Okay, moving on. But I do know it's full of deadly monsters, but an inexperienced fencer wouldn't stand a chance against.
Well, it is the final dungeon.
So get grinding, bitch.
Thanks.
Wait, hold on. If nobody's been able to research it, how do you know that it's full of deadly monsters?
Because I'm a bartender. Takes a certain type of person to go for it. And since so few people have been here, it's a good chance to find some valuable items.
Wait, so people know that they're valuable items. How? But doesn't that imply that somebody's been able to research
It's a
them? They
JRPG
know?
dungeon job. Usually there are valuable items in there.
I get that. What I'm saying is like,
stop asking
well,
questions.
he says no one's been able to research them, yet he's saying something that only someone who's researched them would know.
Oh
All right, everybody. In the next part, we finally put this game to rest.
Yeah, I look so.
It's been a long, rough road, but we're finally here.
Move a little forward. It feels like a year.
Exactly. Anyway,
All right,
see you, everybody,
see ya.
for the finale.
Okay.